Arizona is mourning after a Nogales police officer was shot and killed in the line of duty. Officer Jesus Cordova was 44 years old. It's the first time in more than 130 years a law enforcement officer was killed in the border town. Tony Estrada, the sheriff of more than 25 years, is convinced the county is changing, but not necessarily becoming less safe.
This has awoken some fear in the community about, what's happening. When you start seeing a series of things like that, you start to wonder, are we really making a major change for the worse? Or is it just something that's passing by, like a little lull or like a little, we'd like to think that it's something that's not going to be normal and happening in our border community. But it worries us because we're not used to this. We're not used to seeing this type of violence.
2 murders in 2 months. Prior to that, it had been at least 5 years that law enforcement in Santa Cruz County had investigated a homicide. Then last week, a gunman used an assault rifle to murder a police officer on a weekday afternoon.
I think it's very rare that we see these things, and obviously it impacts us tremendously.
For the last 25 years, Tony Estrada has served as the county sheriff. Before that, he was a police officer.
This has been all my life. This has been my, 50 years of law enforcement is more than half of my life.
Born in Nogales, Sonora, raised in Nogales, Arizona, he takes safety and security of this community personal.
It's not going to be a norm. I think we're not going to allow it to be the norm. But it's sad that it's not only in communities like ours that we're starting to see, a violence. This obviously was.
Well, it's big city crime in a small town.
Yeah, and of course not on a regular basis, obviously.
Does Nogales still have that small town feel?
It does, because it hasn't grown that much, and there's generations of people that still live and work here. That hasn't changed, but you do have a lot of new people that have come in. While we may still know some of the older families, it's not like it used to be. There's a lot of people that we don't know that live across the line that we've never met before. And by the same token, Nogales and Santa Cruz County has also grown, but it hasn't grown by leaps and bounds like it has in Nogales, Sonora.
Early in his career, the sheriff tells me that growth presented economic opportunities and social challenges.
The majority of the things that we used to see as a police department was what we call cross-border crime. Things that happened of people that crossed the border because there were gaps all over the fence, and they would cross over. At night, they'd burglarize a store, they'd burglarize houses, they would break into cars. The majority, like I said, 50% times 80% of the people in the jail were Mexican nationals, legal or illegal.
Then law enforcement presence grew.
As far as beefing up law enforcement here on the border, it all started about 1995. That's when we started seeing more Border Patrol agents come in. Then we started seeing the wall, more technology, more floodlights, sensors, things of that nature. And as a result of that, that's how come we have such a safe community, because we have a lot of law enforcement officers here. They back us up, they report things, they deter things. We have great partnerships and great relations with them.
That sense of safety and security is what Sheriff Estrada wants to try and guarantee, though he knows he can't.
You can't prevent a lot of these things because you don't know where they're coming from to start with, what motivates people to do things.
In Nogales, did you have some sense of security, like, I could be a cop here, it's a safe place?
Yes, we didn't see the things that you normally would see in other communities, the challenges that they have with violence and gangs and things of that nature. So yeah, there is a sense that it is a safe community. But when something like this happens, it shatters that image, and it shatters that sense of security for the officers that, hey, you know what, it can happen here.
Ready, two.
And it did. As the community mourns the loss of 44-year-old Jesus Cordova, a husband, father, and law enforcement veteran of more than 10 years.
The law enforcement community obviously lost a great individual and a great law enforcement officer, and we will feel that pain for quite a while.
Estrada reflects on the bravery of the men and women who serve their communities.
People sometimes don't really realize that, when there's danger, police officers are going to go and take care of it. They're going to think about what they can do to prevent things more than what is going to happen to me. That's their job, that's their role, that's their commitment, that's their dedication that they have.